next up here on the Shoreham View, my name is Johnny, and as you can tell, I'm wearing something a bit different. Something I don't usually wear. That's right, I'm wearing my Santa Burger Christmas jumper. Where can you get this absolute must-have for this Christmas season? Of course you can get it from the COVID Christmas shop, along with a lot of other great designs. I'll put the link on the screen as well as some of their other designs. That's COVID Christmas Shop or COVID Xmas Shop on Twitter. If you're new to the channel, or even if you're not and you're a regular but you haven't done already, please hit the subscribe button. We really want to push on and build this channel. We really want to get to 10,000. It's a long, arduous journey to that magical number, but I believe with your help we can manage that here. Also, check out our social media. All the links are above me. They will keep you up to date with everything we're doing and everything that's coming up. And now we're joined by Ben. Oh, no, wait, that's not Ben. That appears to be Roy, aka Panchero, aka the White Didzy. White Didzy's a new one. I think it suits you, that one as well, doesn't it?
I'll have that. That's better than the other ones, yeah. Yeah, I love White Didzy. I'll have that, yeah. Thanks for that.
Of course, you'll know Roy from The View From, and you also know him from Blades Pod. He's covering for Ben this week. And what a game to be covering. A really easy game against Southampton.
Yeah, you excited?
I'm thrilled, mate, honestly. As you can tell by the enthusiasm in my voice, I can't wait to send a half-hearted, cobbled together left-hand side against a really high-pressing team. I think it's going to work out brilliantly.
Yeah. It's going to be fantastic, isn't it? I can't remember last time I sat down at a match and looked forward to it. I don't know about you. You know, like when you're thinking, like, this is the one. I can't remember last time I felt like that. Maybe Leeds?
Yeah. If I'm honest, Leeds were a game I thought we'd win.
Fulham, actually. Against Fulham, I was like, yeah, we're going to do this against Fulham. But
did you? I thought Fulham were going to spank us, you know. I thought we were going to beat
Leeds.
I thought we were going to beat Leeds 2-0 and lose to Fulham in that run-up. I thought that's how we're going to go. And we ended up... I don't even want to think about it. If
I'd have told you after that Fulham game, by the way, we're going to lose every game from now for the next 6, would you have been like, fuck this, I'm not bothering.
I'd have touched on badminton. I really fucking would have.
Yeah. I've been looking for a new sport, to be honest. I've been like looking around, people like trying to get into chess or something like that. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't seem quite as like angry, but. Yeah.
To be fair, I think we'd see more action on a chess field than we would a Sheffield United fucking lined up at the minute.
Yeah. He's bad in it at the moment. There's no getting away from it. And like, you get hammered for criticising people. Like me and Ben on Blades Pod have had people messaging us saying, "Oh, you're too critical" and stuff like this. But I'm not criticising the players. These players have given us loads of great memories, and I'll never. They're the legends, aren't they? Whatever happens, you go down with 1 point, Fleck, Norwood. 20 years time, they're coming back for celebrations, you know what I mean? And like, I remember when this happened. Never going to slack, but you can't get away from the fact that some of our best players are playing shit.
Yeah, you're not going to say they've played 5-star games or they've only played 2-star games, no matter how much you love them to pieces. No. I think that's the problem with this season is we're being loyal to the system, we're being loyal to the players, and none of that's really working out at all. I know we've had to put people like Kean Bryan in, and nobody really wants that. And we can pick on him all day long, but we've got players underperforming, like I said, Fleck. But one player who did come up good, Ollie McBurney got a goal last game.
Excellent. I wanted him dropped week before, so I thought he just looked shot confidence against West Brom, but he came back. And I think that just goes to show how much confidence is knackering the team up as well, because he got that goal and he played fantastic after that goal.
Yeah.
And because his confidence up, he's got that monkey off his back. And you wonder, like, if we scraped to 1-0 against Southampton, would everything sort of change around and confidence is back? And you know what I mean? But
that's a difficult question, that one, because I'd rather play Man U at minute than I would Southampton.
Yeah.
I think, like you said to me off camera, they're one of the best pressing teams that you've seen this season. I know you watch a lot. Yeah, and that's not what we need when we're not a pressing team anymore. I do think that maybe with McBurney, another goal, maybe that'll set him off. Other players maybe need the same thing. A Burke, a Brewster, they need a goal quite desperately. Ramsdale, I think he needs a clean sheet more than anything. He really needs a clean sheet.
I think Ramsdale's trying to do more than he should be as a goalkeeper for me. Yeah. I think because we're playing the defence is so crap in front of him and we're conceding so many shots, he's trying to take charge. I think sums him up at the moment with that. When he came out against Leicester in the second half, obviously should be punching that ball. Yeah. Tries to catch it, he's pissing it down. Tries to catch it, drops it. Then pulls a great save off, to be fair, after to him. You know what I mean? Dives on the floor, nearly knocks himself out. That's like a brilliant save. But that's a goalkeeper for me who's trying to sort of do stuff that is second guessing himself. I think a confident keeper comes out, punches it, boom, and that's it.
Oh, 100%.
But yeah, I'd still argue that I think he's one of the less of our problems at the moment. I think you put a decent defence or even decent midfield in front of Ramsdale, and he automatically becomes like, every game 2 stars better because he's getting less shots against him.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. My only problem with him at the minute is he's obviously, like you said, trying too hard, making errors that I don't think, do you think he'd be making these same errors if we were grinding out draws or getting results here and there, if we weren't getting spanked every game?
This is the difference as well, because people will say, he got relegated with Bournemouth as well, but I saw him a few times. I watched a lot of games. I'm not watching any Premier League games at the moment, it's too depressing, but watched a lot of Bournemouth games last season. He never really made the errors that he's making here at all that I saw. And even though they went down, they weren't losing every single week like we are. I think there's a difference between struggling. If we were 4th from bottom and he's playing like this, I think you can say, oh yeah, he needs to, he's panicking a bit too much. We've lost every single game. So he's trying to sort of compensate for this defence playing like it is, I think.
Moving on to Southampton now. Did you watch their last game?
What did they play? Oh, no, I didn't. I don't watch Premier League. I can't be having it anymore. Yeah, it's too depressing. I'll watch the Championship because we're going back there next year.
Getting some scouting in.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But it's sort of like the Premier League at the moment just depresses me because, like Ben said on Blades Pod, that it's like a party. Everyone's having fun, and we passed out in the corner, and people are drawing dicks on us heads with, marker feds and stuff like that. And and we're just like, everyone's like laughing, oh, look at these idiots. So I'm watching any Premier League game at the moment, I'm just like, oh God, I forgot, it just brings it back to how shit we are.
Other than flashbacks to my childhood there, I think with Southampton, that is possibly one of the worst games we could have after that heartbreak of the last game. I'd like Arsenal at the minute, if I'm honest with you. I think we played them at wrong time. And that's time we could have done with playing them.
Last time Arsenal scored more than 1 goal were against us.
Yeah, and done that just to sum up the fucking season to its highest fucking order. Do you still have that part of you, that deluded Sheffield United, everything's going to be fine part of you that thinks we're going to go on the greatest of great escapes that they'll play on Sky Sports for the rest of the time? Or is it dead and buried and we're just playing for pride now, not to finish with the lowest points tally?
I think we're at the stage already that you've got to take each game as it comes, as much as that as a cliche. Because I think if you start thinking, my God, we're set 6 points behind. I don't even look at the table anymore. 6 points behind, and let's say they win before our game or whatever. You're thinking, oh God, the heads are down and everything like that. You've got to take. I think we're definitely going down. I'm not gonna lie about that. There's no point in me sitting here, and there's no point when I do Blades Pod saying, yeah, we're gonna stay up. You know what I mean? Because it's just all false. I don't think that. I think the logic and everything that we've seen before, the knowledge that you've gained throughout the season, suggests that we're going to go down and probably go down pretty comfortably, to be honest. But I don't think that means we have to give up and say, no, let's do that. Really important that we don't get humiliated, I think, this season, because we're on the course of getting absolutely horrifically humiliated. And I think that'll hang over the club for the next season as well, because we'll always be known as that team. Like Derby is still spoken about now. We're like, Derby, Sunderland, all these shit teams. We don't want to go down like that because Derby's still not come back from that.
No, definitely not. I mean, as well, it's like the greatest of turnarounds. How'd you go from Champions League contenders one season to trying not to finish with the lowest points total imaginable the season after? And that is Sheffield United in a fucking nutshell, isn't it? That's life as a blade.
Well, I said to you before we did it that it's incredible. The last game we went to, the last game me and you went to, we beat Norwich 1-0. 7th in the league or whatever it were, 3 points off Champions League. Very, very likely the next game we go to is going to be a championship game. Someone's shit, QPR at home. You're like, hang on, what happened here? What? Do you know what I mean? It's like when someone says, oh, you've been in a coma for 12 months, you wake up and you're like, whoa, what the fuck's happened here? Do you know what I mean?
No, it doesn't. It'll be Norwich. Last game we all went to, Norwich. First game we all next go to, fucking Norwich.
Norwich again, yeah. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I hope fans are back next season with if we're back in Champions, even if it's just half the ground full, stuff like that, because I think that's. I underestimated how big that'd be for us. I have to admit that crowd thing. I thought we drove them on, but I didn't think it'd be to this degree because there's no way we'd be on 1 point with the crowd. I'm not saying we'd be safe. We're probably 4, 5, 6 point whatever, but because I don't think it's that important to the point where it'll keep us up or whatever. But yeah, there's no doubt that these players play like that with a crowd. I don't think. And see, even Ramsdale's a great point, actually. I think with the crowd, he pulls the save off. Everyone's up cheering him, chanting his name. Confidence is up. Probably the same with McBurney as well. They're not getting that. Do you know what I mean?
And on the opposite side to that, players that have played well for so long, your Flex, your Norwoods, players that aren't playing, they'd have nowhere to hide from United fans. And they'd, as much as we love them, we'd let them know. And I think that'd lift their game as well. So I think it's a dual-edged sword on that. Dual-edged sword on that respect.
Yeah.
It'd carry both ways. And like you said, we probably won't be challenging like we were doing last season for top 4 or anything, but we won't be in the position we are now. Do you think 2000's a good solution? Do you think that'll help us, or do you think that's just papering over some cracks, really? As much as we both like to be there.
I mean, I'll not get a ticket for that, but I'd like that to happen. I said before that even if it means a season, if we can get 20,000 in the ground, for instance, even if that means a season without me being there personally, I prefer that, because I think it's better as a watching experience when you've got crowds. And I think it'll just be better for us as a team. The 2000 thing, I don't think it'll drastically change our fortunes or anything like that. But I think the experience of watching it and hearing our fans, even if they're just saying, "What are you fucking doing, Flash?" You know what I mean? All of a sudden the experience becomes more real, because I do think that, like Ben on Baseball said, that it's like watching two people play FIFA at the moment. These games, and it is. And I thought there were a massive difference when I watched the North London derby. Just having 2,000 fans there, you see an Arsenal player make a mistake passing out of play, and all this sort of stuff. That for me is that's what you miss. Those little moments are what make football amazing. They're taking the piss out of the players and stuff like that.
Chelsea fans turn into Ric Flair every time Llorente touched the ball. That was one of the best things I've seen in football for a long time, and that's just with 2000. So you never know. I mean. It could rescue the season, really.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing as well. I think that at the end of last year, it was really disappointing that the amazing season we had last year, and there were no one at the, like the lap of honour at the end and stuff. All right, we missed that in Europe, but you imagine the cheering, and I imagine from the players' point of view, they must have sort of forgot almost what, I know they always say like, "Oh, you were missing as fans" and stuff like that, and I'm sure they are. But we as fans have probably almost sort of forgot what it's like to be in Bramall Lane. If you know what I mean. They're like in that atmosphere. So them as players, it must be difficult to sort of connect yourself with the club when there's no fans there.
You can tell I'm out of practice, because usually after 6 pints I can still climb a flight of stairs and win up back at Cobb. But I can't even make it indoors now without falling over, so I'm definitely out of practice.
When we go back and we score, it goes at a moment like we scored, it's just like, you know what I mean? Like that, you're just off your seat. You're not running around your house. You're like, woo.
I don't know if we stick 2 past Southampton and it's 2 on the 80th minute. I was swinging off everything I can find in here. I swear to God.
Saying that, when we beat Chelsea, I was like, it's going to be interesting, like when we go back and stuff, because people you're not used to chanting and stuff like that. But it's going to be interesting to see like how all that goes. Like conceding the goal, you're at home. Do you know what I mean? But we'll see. I mean, I don't know when that'll happen, obviously, when they come back and stuff. But I do think 2,000 fans being there hopefully just gives us that, even if it's a small lift, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand that. One thing that we have said for this video is, because football's killing me at the minute more than anything. So I've not done any stats. I've not done any fucking, here's what Southampton has done, here's his XG, here's this, here's that, and because it doesn't matter. You can smash a team like West Brom and lose 1-0, and you can have a bang average game against Leicester and lose 1-0, and then you can get thrashed week after. It doesn't matter what we do, we're just losing games. There's no point bringing stats up at all. So moving quickly on to that, what's your score predictions?
6-0 United. No, I'm going to go... people aren't going to like this, but I'm going to go 3-0 Southampton. I think people keep saying, we're due a win. I think we're more due an hammering than a win. That sounds awful. I think that Leicester hit the post twice, for instance. We could have been 3-0 down at half-time in that game.
Yeah.
A team like Southampton's, like you said earlier, is the worst team we could possibly play at this moment. I agree with you. I'd rather play Man United. Yeah. I'd rather play Man United than Southampton at this moment in time. So I think we might get battered. I hope not. What about you?
I'm going to be very optimistic, me. I'm going to, look at it and think as luck can change, and said we're only going to lose 2-0.
Wow.
I know. How optimistic's that for me, mate? Honestly, I might as well just call myself an happy clapper now.
Well, we may as well just admit now that we're going to have to score at least 2, because Shea Adams is going to score, because it's that sort of season.
Oh, yeah, of course.
What I mean? Yeah, that's going to happen. So he's going to get probably a couple. So we're going to have to score 3 goals, and have we scored more than 1 yet in a game? We haven't, have we?
No, we've only scored 2 from open play, not including corners and stuff.
Oh, Christ. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. What time is it? 12 o'clock on a Sunday?
I've not even looked at time, if I'm honest with you. I'll link it below somewhere. Cause
yeah.
Do you know what I do at fixtures now? I see what team we're playing and I put my phone down. Oh, we're playing Southampton, fuck off. That's literally my weekly.
It's Man United on the Thursday after as well, so make or break week, you know what I mean? We're going to get like... What I will say about, like I've said before about these players and stuff, they will give it everything. Yeah. The reason that we've not been getting hammered is purely because of the commitment of these players. It's nothing to do... the quality's not there, but I think a less quality side with the sort of work rate that an Adkins team had, we're getting hammered 9-10-0 every week. The one thing I will give credit to the players for is they aren't getting hammered, and that is a credit to them. It's a small little thing, but this, I think we could be getting humiliated with a couple of players who are just not putting the effort in. It's been exciting, this. I
know. It's one day we're going to be talking about, probably next season when we're getting promoted or some shit like that, but one day we're going to talk and we're going to be happy and we're going to have stats and fucking player reviews and we're going to be buzzing. But until then, thank you very much for coming on. Everybody say thank you to the White Didsy himself, Mr. Pinchero. We're going to move on. We're going to move on from Roy now and go to Roy, who's going to give us the Southampton views.
So, I've just been getting some views for the Southampton game. And you know what's really, 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 really strange is that last season everyone were like saying, Sheffield United are shit, they're going to get found out, they're not that good, we should beat them. Since we've been playing shit, now everyone's like proper scared of us. No one wants to be the team to lose to Sheffield United. Just a couple of quotes here. Sheffield United might be bottom, but they aren't mugs. Another one says, they're no mugs, treat this like we're going to roll over, that they're going to roll over, and they will not. They showed they're a very capable team last season. Another one said, shouldn't underestimate Sheffield United. They're in a false position. We know from last season they're a decent side. And another one said, this has banana skin written all over it. They're actually a good side and been very unlucky this season. So it's incredible that last season everyone like, they're fucking wank United and all this sort of stuff. And now like we've got people talking about how we're a really good side actually. And we're starting the bottom of the table at 1 point. But, I'd love to be doing one of these after a win. I'd absolutely love to. It feels like about 15 years ago that I did a review from after we won, so let's hope it's on Monday.
Alright guys, Travelling Blade here. Can't be there for a live preview as usual with Johnny, but preview this week. So fortunately, for myself at least, I wasn't able to watch the Leicester City game live, and even better, I'm not able to watch the Southampton game, so that is saving me a lot. That's saving me, a few hours of stress, pain, anxiety. We lost. I was about to say we drew then. Oh, we should have done. I remember watching it on Match of the Day, and I saw it was 1-1, and it cut to the 90th minute highlight, and it was like playing Football Manager. You just know it's not going to be good news. Got Southampton coming up next. A team who have had a very good start to the season. They're in fine form, beat Brighton on Monday evening. Yeah. They're now 5th in the table. Mental. Absolutely ridiculous. Fair play to Southampton. I'd snap your hand off for a point. I'd snap your hand off for a goal. Fortunately, we did manage to score at least. And McBurney, of all people, managed to get his goal. Hopefully that spurs him on. Hopefully that gives him a bit of confidence to go on and bag a few more. I think for the first time he managed to aim a header down rather than just a looped pass to the goalkeeper. Ideally, given the choice, I would watch the game live, but like I said, it does save me a lot of stress, pain and anxiety, depression and despair. So in the long run, I'm sort of glad that I don't have to go through the mill for 2 hours on Sunday afternoon. I just have to have 2 minutes of it on Sunday evening on Match of the Day too. But yeah, shame fans can't be there. But I think, I'm not sure. I think I can't remember if that's Southampton, but it's nice to see the fans rallying behind the team. We can't be there in person, but at least McBurney got a goal, and once again there were some better signs in the highlights package that I saw. At least I didn't see the full game, I can't comment. Hopefully Andy Stevens is back, hopefully Ampadu is back, and hopefully Burke starts again, because he is the man. He just needs to get that first goal, and hopefully he'll hit the ground running from there on in. Alright guys, I've been the Travelling Blade. Cheers.
Alright guys, Johnny's asked me to do another video for him on how many we're going to lose by, I think. So, how unlucky can you be to concede an 89th minute goal against some prick who fucking hates you and snaps your corner flag in half and has a gay community going ballistic about it because it were a rainbow flag? I don't know. But Southampton play football the right way, good team, probably smashes 4-0. Shea Adams will probably get fucking 3 of them. And he'll just rub salt in wounds again, and Chrissy Wilder will be looking absolutely gutted and devastated even more. Just want to put my arm around him and give him a hug, to be honest. We need some cohesion. Egan don't look confident when he's playing ball out. Fleck, fucking play me, to be honest. Lundstrom looked alright, put himself in the shot window. Berg looks like he needs no one because he hasn't got the ability to do what he does. He looked lost when we played against Leicester because the game was passing him by and he couldn't really get involved in it. But Bernie played alright. He's the only one that can hold his head up higher than Osborne. What does Osborne have to do to start at left back? I will never know. He's clearly punched Wilder's missus or something because he deserves to be at left back. I mean, for me, season's done, we're done, it's game over, we change the system and we go all out. We tell the lads, fuck it, let's just go for it and see where we can get us. It can't be any worse than what it is now. It's not as if we've played bad every game. It's the fact that we just can't win games, and that is the massive difference between going up and staying down. At the moment, we are going to average 4 points at the end of the season. I'd never thought that one player in Jack O'Connell would have been so important to a season. Is he a goal creator or what? Because we seem to not be able to score when he's not on the pitch. Things need to change. And that's all there is to it. Cheers, guys.
So, like most of us, the Leicester game hurt, really hurt. Point could have gave us a lot of confidence, and especially McBurney as well, who probably had his best performance in a Blade shirt. Southampton next, unfortunately, I can only see a Saints win. They're in good form and they're a good team to watch. So I'm going to say 2-0 loss to us, I'm afraid. I would like to see Osborne start instead of Lowe. We looked a lot more solid down the left when he came on. Up front, Brewster, I'd like to see up front with McBurney. I do think past couple of appearances from Brewster, he's looked a lot better and starting to come good and notice how we'd like to play. Rest of the lineup, stay same. Keane Bryan, I think he's doing a decent job actually. Give him some credit, he's doing well. It was very disappointing to see Chris Wilder so upset with the team and the results, and Blades fans who were asking for him to go, absolutely disgraceful. I'd rather have Wilder in charge, whereas in Championship it's a no-brainer. He's got to stay, and I hope he does stay and don't get put away. So yeah, up the Blades.
Well, last week were a signal, weren't it? Bloody Vardy. Lethal, innit? Southampton Sunday, not awful. They really impressed me. One of the best teams to watch, play great football, good going forward. Very difficult game. But football's a strange game, you never know. I'd like to see Ampadu and Stevens back. Try and get functioning in midfield. One thing I am certain about is Chris Wilder's got to stay. All these people saying spend money we haven't got is absolutely ridiculous. We've got no chance of competing in this in Premier League, not a chance. If we doubled his wages, we'd still be paying bottom money. We'd be putting ourselves at risk. Absolute stupidity. We are what we are. We Blades, we fight on. Chris Wilder's got to stay. Really, in that Championship next season, there's no man I'd want other than him to bring us up.
Thank you to everybody who gave their opinions. It's always a pleasure having fans on the video. If you want to be on the videos in future, use the email address below me. Send in your opinions on the next game, send in your opinions about anything Sheffield United, and if it fits with the video, we'll get it in. As always, if you liked this video, please leave a like, please share it either via Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, snail mail, carrier pigeon, any kind of way you want to share it at all. We really want to hit that 10,000 mark, so any shares you can offer us will help out a lot. Thanks once again, and up the blade!
Baby, give it up.